Why has ghosting become the standard way to break up with someone? To answer your question, for some people, it's the easy way out. No confrontation, etc. It's actually an epidemic. The first few times someone ghosts you, you wonder how they can be such an asshole, and why would anyone ever do this? The 100th time someone does it to you, you go fuck it, and start doing it too. See you soon. Ghosting is ESY requires minimal effort. It hasn't become anything. I'm pretty sure it's the same as it's always been. I am Gen X. Men used to ghost women after sex back in my day too. Women used to ghost men after a first date when they decided they weren't interested. It was just a lot easier back then, because we could just not answer the house phone. For the same reason why people prefer to text rather than talk, because it's passive and removes you from the anxiety of confrontation. 50 because they are too immature to end things like a grown-up. 50 because they had a seriously immature reaction to attempting to end things like a grown-up, and they will do anything to never have to deal with that nightmare again. Because lots of men don't take kindly to a no, so it's less hassle to just ghost everyone. Sometimes I ghost because I feel someone knows what they've done. I feel like if I bring it up, I'm negging, especially if I've complained about said behavior before. Possibly it is the result of people leaning into technology for answers. Find a date, get an app, end a relationship, text and then block. Technology has rarely made relationships better. Maybe it wastes so many time to break up with you in another way. They have many options anyways and they want to have time for another one. And I think you just ignore them. It's not a real relationship with no explanation when we break up. If they actually care about you, why would they block you with no word? And I don't value these kind of relationship anyway. Aside from exigent circumstances, ghosting is a move for cowards and children. Ghosting someone you made those kinds of promises to doesn't sit right with me. You made that person believe you were going to stick around. The very least you could do is say this isn't working, goodbye. I had assumed that women in particular normally deal with men that are mean, spiteful or abusive when facing rejection, so it can be emotional safer to not engage in that confrontation. It may also simply be that they feel bad and feel like ghosting is less hurtful than saying something hurtful though. Lack of emotional intelligence. Things have changed. In our individualistic society we often focus on our own deeds instead those of others. As a result, we have very self-centered society lacking proper skills and ability to connect to others on a deeper emotional level. This is partly why we have such a big problem with loneliness and suicide, and the list goes on. I relate ghosting to emotional unavailability. If you had few similar experiences, I strongly recommend you the book Attached by Amir Levine. In my opinion, all emotionally healthy people will give you closure, so if you have been ghosted, I'm sure you dodged a bullet. It's the most efficient energy-wise and sends the message in the most unmistakable way possible. When someone sends a long dramatic breakup message or in-person talk etc., they are I am me still in love with that person. There's no need to give a whole speech like it's a movie. Also, I will stop ghosting as soon as people stop doing it to me, not before. I'm sorry to hear that. People can be cruel. I believe a lot of people have commitment issues or they are bad at communicating. In other words, immature. Ghosting has become the easy way out. People are scared to face the music when they lose feelings their partners. Ghosting has become standard and commonplace because it's extremely efficient, effective, and easy to do relative to the alternatives.